Hey everybody, welcome to Extreme Food Reviews. My name is Daniel, and today we're back in my kitchen making pickles.
Let's eat it!
Now, some of you may think that making pickles is difficult, but this is a really simple recipe that you can do in your own kitchen with very few ingredients. So let's get to it. So the first thing we're going to do is grab some peppers for this particular recipe. Now, I've got 3 habaneros and I've got 6 Thai chilies. And all we want to do with these is remove the tops and slice them in half. On the Thai chilies, we just want to take off the tops, and then what we want to do is just cut them down into some smaller pieces that'll float nicely inside of our pickling jar. We also have garlic. Now you can use fresh garlic or you can use minced garlic in a jar. I personally prefer fresh garlic. So what we're going to do here is take 4 cloves of garlic. The easiest way to open a clove of garlic, for those of you who haven't done it, is take your knife, press it over the clove, and hit it with your fist. That will open up the garlic so you can pull it free. Don't hold it this way and hit it here, or you'll be opening up your hand instead of the garlic. So now all you want to do is take your garlic, and you want to just chop that up into slightly smaller pieces. Now let's take this over to the stove. So now we're back at the stove with my favorite cast iron pan. What we want to do is take a little olive oil and drizzle it in to prep the pan. And we want to take our peppers and our garlic and put them right into the pan to let them brown up. Now, some of you might remember from our how to make hot sauce video that we're just trying to put these peppers in here to open them up and bring the flavors out. I'll put a link to it up here in the corner. Now, while our peppers are cooking, we're going to put our water and vinegar into a pot and get it to boil. We'll take 1.5 cups of water and 1 cup of white vinegar. Now to this we want to add 1/8 of a cup of regular granulated white sugar, 2 teaspoons of whole coriander. We want to add 2 teaspoons of whole peppercorns, and we want to add 2 teaspoons of dill seed. You want the whole seed. So grab 2 teaspoons of dill seed. We also want to add 2 tablespoons of pickling salt. Now you can use pickling salt, canning and pickling salt, or you can also use kosher salt, works really well. We also want to add 2 teaspoons of whole grain mustard. And you want to bring all of this to a boil. Now to this we want to add the peppers and garlic that we just browned up in our cast iron pan. Once that hits a boil, just turn the heat down to low and cover the pot to let those flavors meld together. Now we're back at our cutting board, and what I have here are pickling cucumbers. I don't know if you've seen these before, but they're usually readily available in your local supermarket. You can use regular cucumbers if you want. I prefer these. It's a little more of a traditional look, especially the way I like to cut them because of the size. Now you can cut them in any direction. You can cut them into slices, you can do them into spears. I prefer spears, so that's what I'm going to go for. Now this recipe will make up to 2 jars of pickles, and it usually takes anywhere from 2 to 3 pickles per jar to fill a jar, depending on the size of your mason jar. But I'm only making 1 jar of pickles today. So there we have our sliced up cucumbers, and I've got a fresh mason jar, nice and clean, ready to go. So what we want to do is take as many of these cucumber spears as I can get in here, which seems to be all of them, which works out great. 3 seems to fill that jar up somewhat nicely. We want to leave room for the other spices to move around in there. Now let's get our pot from the stove. So now we have our pot of all our pickling juices and peppers put together, and all we want to do is get that into our jar. Look at that, perfect fit. You want to take your canning jar lid, put it on tightly, move it around nicely. That jar's going to get hot, so be careful. I have Teflon fingers. This is going to end up being a fantastic spicy pickle that will be flavorful, fresh, and something that's not always as easy to find in your grocery store. And it's a good way to use up all those nice habaneros, Thai chilies that you have in your kitchen. Come on now, tell me that doesn't look delicious. All you want to do is put these in the refrigerator and let them sit overnight for all the flavors to meld together, and you're gonna have one fantastic spicy pickle. So there you have it, guys, a super simple spicy pickle recipe that you can make right in your own kitchen with some really simple ingredients and the peppers that we all seem to have kicking around our house after making that hot sauce. If you like what you've seen here today, make sure you hit the subscribe button and smack the bell so you'll be able to keep up with all the other crazy things we come up with. Thank you very much for tuning in. Peace and pickles.